To give you this quote, this is from Barney Frank. He said, "Geez, it's like we're rewarding incompetence." You think, Barney? All right, the Dow Jones Industrials ended the day down about 7 points after spending much of the day up. Blah, 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 who really cares? Listen, this is why I want to talk to you about this. I said a couple of weeks ago that we are headed for a bear rally. I barely know what any of this stuff means. I just use my gut. Basically, what I mean is there's going to come a time where people are like, hey, you know, things are looking good, let's get in. It's going to go up, and it's going to come back down, and it's going to crash even more, and all it's going to do is just destroy wealth. But there are going to be a lot of, quite honestly, I think a lot of suckers that are going to be in. Liz Clayman is anchor on Fox Business Network. She knows exactly that I don't have any idea what I'm talking about. Hi, Liz, how are you?
Good to see you, Glenn.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Okay, so bear rally. Are we in a bear rally right now?
Absolutely. It was kind of wimpy, I think. It was 4 days. We almost made it today, didn't quite. Look, 600 points to the upside last week. People got a little bit relieved, I think, because they saw a couple of days strung together. But all you have to do, really, it doesn't take a genius. You just look back to 1929, where we really didn't see the market bottom until around 1932-33. So you can't get trapped in these moments, but it is certainly encouraging to see at least a slight glimmer of hope. And we saw a lot of really good company names finally coming up off the lows, but you can't get caught in these, people. You really can't.
Can you answer this question? For the life of me, I can't figure out how these companies like Citibank, all of a sudden, well, my gosh, we're not going to survive. We need billions of dollars. Help us, help us, help us. And then like the next day, they're like, oh, I think we're pretty good.
Yeah, we're good for 2 measly months. Exactly, Glenn. Come on. We're not stupid here. The actual fundamentals of this economy that were absolutely horrible 2 weeks ago have not changed fundamentally, but maybe there's a slight bit of stabilization. What is going on? You've got Citigroup looking and saying, well, of course they're profitable for 2 measly months. They got our taxpayer dollars so they could figure out how to look forward. And look, I believe that there are many more legs down in this market. Unfortunately, I hate to give you the bad news, but because we're not through this. And we haven't even hit the real estate market bubble, which they say is the commercial market, which they say is much worse than residential, right? Talk to commercial real estate people, which we do. I try very hard to get their ideas, and they'd say, no, it's not going to be that big a problem for us, but it is. And there are other legs, the so-called, we've talked about, credit default swaps. They're asset-backed securities, the subprime things that people sliced and diced and sold to other people. Right. There were also student loans they did that with, credit card debt. It's all
so basically, what I just want to talk to just regular schmoes who might have a little bit left in there for 401k. Democrats, 11% said 2 weeks ago that they would put new money into the stock market. It's now up to 18%. People who buy into the stimulus package, it's not even out there.
Well, I'm not sure it's a partisan situation.
They're the only ones that move. They're the only ones that move.
Except that you look at many of these company leaders who are also banging this drum, and they're on both sides of the aisle saying, now things are better, and I am telling you, they haven't. We just got some numbers Friday that show that household wealth has fallen $11 trillion year over year. That means that you don't have the same money you had last year. You won't be buying the products these companies make for a while, and their earnings won't go up. The stock market will fall.
I love that we have to have these, like, this information now, because it's like, did you miss this? So you sit at home, did you like, get out of here. We've lost $11 trillion in household wealth. Who would have seen that coming? We know that. All right, I've been telling you to set your DVRs and your TiVos, but you haven't done it yet, haven't you? No, you haven't. Here's a slick commercial to convince you to do it. Take a look.
Oh, hi. Do you have a TiVo or a DVR? Did you know you can use your DVR to record this program 7 days a week? And did you know that if you record Glenn Beck on Fox News, you can fast forward to the commercials? That's right, no more long-winded monologues or alarmist tirades or uncomfortable guest questions.
Do you think I have problems in my marriage? My wife did not even get me a card for Valentine's Day.
Now you can skip the sweat and the schoolgirl blubbering and get straight to the commercials that this country needs for economic recovery. Now, we've all got to do our part in these trying times to help stimulate the economy, so please, record this program, skip straight to the commercials, and help America fast forward to recovery. Trust me, it's a better idea than anything they've come up with in Washington. Change.
I don't think that's helpful. Starting this week, does it start tonight, Gresh?
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. 2 a.m. Eastern, that's 11 p.m. on the West Coast. You hear that, Hollywood? Oh, yeah, I'm your worst nightmare. You're coming in from a rave or whatever it is you do. I'm going to be there in your bedroom. Join us, 11 p.m. Pacific now, as our rerun. Back in a second.
Glenn Beck is brought to you by the UPS Store, mailbox services, and a whole lot more.